Hi, and welcome to another video by Get It Done Home Repairs. Today we're just going to be doing a very easy job. We're going to be planting some plants in the flower bed. Now, before you plant anything in the flower bed, you want to make sure there's different kinds of plants you need. If you're going to use a plant that's an annual that you need to plant every year, or if you're going to use a perennial that comes back every year. So these are actually perennials. They come back every year. They will die off at ground level. You cut them off, and in the winter time you'll see absolutely nothing over here. Everything dies off, and it'll be just regular dirt inside here, or mulch. So that's what we're going to do with these. You also want to know if the plant itself needs direct sun, or how many hours of sunlight it needs a day. In this particular case, this is the shady side of the house, so these plants love the shade, so that's why we're planting these over here. Next thing you want to know is you want to make sure the soil is nice and soft and not too hard. If you have clay or you have a very rocky type soil, you'll need to add some kind of compost or some kind of a potting soil to it, any kind of a potting soil mixture. This is a mixture that I'm gonna put into these plants over here, just because the ground itself is a little bit sandy. I want to have a little bit more of the water retained in the soil versus going right through the sandy soil. So, all right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to find out where we want to go. Now, we know these plants get much larger. As you can see over here, this one has gotten started out like this. So we're going to account for the plant when it actually grows, and it'll actually fill in this whole area. There's good ground cover. It'll keep down any kind of weed from growing in this area, because it'll actually pull away all the moisture, and it'll cut off any kind of sunlight that gets to them. So that's why we're putting them in here, to control the weeds in this area. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to dig the hole, and you want to dig the hole twice the thickness of the pot itself. So if it's this thick, you want to make sure you dig the hole twice the width of the plant itself, and twice the length of the plant itself. And then we're going to put that mixture in, and then we'll pack it in. So all right, let's dig up the ground here, and we're going to get it in place. If you can dig it out with a small trowel, you can dig it out, or you can get in here with a larger shovel and dig it out. So we're going to go with the larger shovel. So now you can see the plant has got plenty of room for the roots to expand out into the existing soil right here. So next thing we're going to do now is we're going to just take this to the side. We're going to put a little bit of the mixture in. And then we're just going to mix it up with the existing soil that's in there. So now, even though it's a sandy soil, the planting material that we're using will hold the water. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the container. You can either cut the container down the side to open it up, or you can just squeeze it. Hold your hand on the top like this, and then just turn it upside down, and it falls right out. Now you can see how this has a very it's a very defined container. You can see where it was. You see how the roots are growing around in here. What you do is just take the outside of it and just loosen it up a little bit, just like this. You want to loosen it up so that the roots can actually expand from this confined container that it was in, so that the roots can actually expand into the soil and reach out, so that the plant will actually grow properly and not die off. All right, just like this. You want to loosen it up a little bit. And now you can see the roots are all nice and free, and they're going to grow any old direction that they want to go. Now, I'm going to point this out too. There's different times of the year when you want to plant plants. The best time of the year is in the spring, because they will grow, but you can do it in the fall as well. Or in the summer, you just have to water it frequently. All right, so now we're going to take it, we're going to hold it in here where we're going to put it, and we want to have the top of this the bottom of the plant where the roots start, you want to have that at the level of the ground. So we're going to bring this up just a little bit more. We'll put it in here like this, set it where you want it, and just bring in some of the soil around it. Just break it up, just like that. And you see I'm holding the plant up. The reason I'm holding the plant up is so that we don't bury the leaves by accident. We're going to push the soil down very loosely. We don't want to push it down hard and break off the roots. We're just going to push it down nice and easy like this. And then we'll bring more soil in. Okay, now we're going to grab a watering can and we're going to water it just a little bit. Okay, now after you have the plant in and you have the soil around it, you'll pack it down very lightly, and now you'll just water it a little bit and let it soak through around the roots. And then once the soil goes down, then we'll just bring a little more dirt in like this. And just so you know, the soil will sink down a little bit over the next couple of days, so you want to make sure that you bring the soil back up to, to grade. So if it sinks down, we'll just fill it back up with the existing soil, and we'll water it one more time. And that's it. All right, so go back up. Okay, so that's it. The plant is now planted. We're going to plant the other 3 in here. So once we get the other 3 planted, we'll show you what the finished product looks like. And that's it. The main thing is now after you plant the plant, even if you think it's not that hot outside, you want to make sure that you water it every day until the roots become established, because plants need to have, the roots are actually contained now in that area. We need to have those roots spread out and go through the soil so they can actually pull all the moisture out of the soil. So if you water it for the next couple of weeks just till it gets established, you should be in perfect shape. So all right, let me plant these 3 and I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished. All right, so as you can see, planting the plants is really not that difficult. Just if you need to add additional material to it, such as dirt or topsoil or potting soil or anything, you want to add that in there and break up that root ball, and you should have no problem. Main thing is you want to water it frequently, otherwise the roots will dry out and your plants will die off. All right, so that's it. We're all set. I will tell you this. There is going to be another video. The other video is going to be on what to do when your sprinkler head over here, see your sprinkler head, is underneath the bush. And now when that sprinkler turns on, the water can't go all around. The problem is if we want to take that bush out, then the sprinkler will work nice. But if you don't want to take that bush out, what are you going to do? I'm going to show you what to do so you can raise that sprinkler head to the height of the bush so that we can still water everything else out around here, and we can still have a good lawn and the plants still get watered. In this area here, we will get water from the sprinklers, so we should be in good shape. All right, so that's it. We're all done. All right, so we'll see how that turns out. We are now into August, so we are going to water this regularly so it doesn't dry out, and we'll have 3 nice plants to match this one right here. All right, that's it. We're all set, and we'll be on to the next one, and I'll let you know when I'm going to post that video about the sprinkler and the maintenance on sprinkler heads as well. All right, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.